Some of the other names that y'all come up with, the V8 Porsches, the ones you call the PowerKraut.
Yeah.
That's great.
Thank you.
Luke, is that you?
That's
that was
me.
I love that. So you're stuffing big 350 cubic inch Chevy engines in the back of 911s.
We're doing all sorts of stuff.
That's awesome. And, the thing about 911s are people don't realize is that they're not all garage kept. There's a lot of them that are rats out there.
Absolutely.
You see some that are just, you're like, really? Somebody did that,
Mine was pretty grimy.
Yeah.
We bought it for $6,900.
Yeah, well, that tells you everything you need to know, right?
Exactly. I just put, it was on eBay, and I'd had a couple beers, and it was in Chicago, and I'd had two 996s.
Right.
One that was kind of a ratty project, and I bought a nice one and just wound up driving it and then selling it.
Sure.
Kind of a flip scenario. I just was too cheap to not buy it. It was like a C4S, like a nice car.
Yeah.
But they're all 996s because I can't afford air-cooled cars.
Yeah. Nor would you want to do anything to them.
No,
either.
exactly. Yeah, just leave it alone and wait
yeah.
for some tech guy to come spend $300,000 on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, so I bought it for dirt cheap, and that's kind of been the vibe of the car. Our vibe of our whole channel is very down and dirty. It's very we don't polish anything too much.
Right.
But that was it. Yeah, buy that. I didn't buy an LS 7. We got a 5.3, put a big cam in it.
Which is plenty.
Yeah. The car's an animal. That car is a wild animal. So, yeah.
And is it, the weight heavy on the rear end has got to be a little handling?
It's a little different. I don't think it's much different.
Sure.
The motor is actually lighter than the 6 once you figure out how stripped down everything is. And there is the way we did our kit. We got it from this guy Chavis, who does 911 projects. Chavis Performance in Maryland. They give you two options, and they're like, you can stick it back here. Right. This is easy. Right. It's easier to fit everything.
Sure.
But if you stick it like 3 inches forward, it's going to drive better. So we did that. That helped. The axles are a little more complicated, and the exhaust is more complicated, but I think it did help for sure.
And for those of you who don't know, the 996 was the first generation of the water-cooled Porsches after the air-cooled Porsches in 1999. And they didn't have as much love in the beginning, although they're starting to get some love now. We're starting to see the prices.
I think a couple different things happened. The headlights, people were,
runny eggs.
The runny egg headlights, just disgusted a lot of people, even though they came off like they were inspired by one of the nastiest race cars ever.
Exactly.
And the car from the door forward is the same as a Boxster. Exactly. So I think that hurt them too. They're like, we want our 911s to be special, but in reality, great car.
Great car, yeah.
Porsche's not making any bad 911s.
No, never.
And they're the best value out there.
Sure.
I think they're really good cars. And I had a couple, this is my third one now, and even with just the stock 3.4 or the 3.6, they're killer. As long as they have issues with the motor blowing up and stuff. But
that's just part of it, right?
Yeah.
I have a 997 and it's a 6-speed S, and it's like 350 horsepower. And you think, well, that's not very much. I got a Mercedes with 700 horsepower, but this thing, the 911 is so fun to drive. Absolutely. And it's just it's like point and shoot. It just you just turn and it goes that direction.
They're so small.
Yeah.
And you can see everything because the hood just falls away. It feels like you're in space just driving.
It really does.
I love them. My brother has a 997S.
Yeah.
They're killer.
They really are. They're great cars, and they're a little underappreciated as well too, I think. I think that there's something that, we'll see them go up in value just like the 996s will continue to go up in value, we hope.
You've been listening to the Classic Auto Mall Show with your host, Stewart Howden.